Hey, people on YouTube land world thingamabobber thing. It's Spartan Warrior 5 again, bringing another team deathmatch on Black Ops using that same setup that everyone's like, what? Maybe? I don't know. I haven't read the comments on the last video yet, because hopefully I'll upload this one right after that next one, last thing. Okay, you get the point. So today we're running a team deathmatch on Havana, with that same setup, and today I'm going to go through this setup because I find this to be very effective, or at least I used to. I don't run it a lot anymore, but still an effective setup. I'm going to run through it, describe why I picked each perk and attachment and everything, and then I'll talk about making your own setups. So let's get into this. So first off, let's start with the primary weapon and attachments, and that will lead into perks, and then we can go on from there. So the gun I chose was the FAMAS, and the reason why I chose the FAMAS is because it's got great rate of fire, pretty darn good accuracy for all the assault rifles, and pretty decent power. I mean, you can get a good, easy 2 to 3 shot kill with this gun if you have some good accuracy and pop firing. So that's the reason why I chose this. And the attachments I have on it are the reflex sight and the dual mags. Now, reflex sight I chose because apparently the red dot sight adds on recoil. For whatever reason, it'll add recoil, so I'm like, screw that. Let's go with the reflex sight and see how that does. And I just fell in love with it. And check out this double with the car explosion. Boom, baby! Oh yeah, I love that crossbow. It's amazing. I know. Reflex sight, I feel like it has more control than the red dot. Because I don't know why people put the red dot on this gun. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I'll pick up a red dotted FAMAS. I think I'd pick one up in this match, to be honest. And it's just like, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't look right. It doesn't seem to be like a great attachment. So that's why I chose the, god damn, I already forgot it, reflex sight. And just for some personalization, I put down the green smiley face reticle on it. And by this time, I wasn't really into the whole color changing of the lens, but if I was, then I probably, oh, commando again, shock and awe, oh my god. If I had a color change, I'd probably have a red lens with that green smiley, just to make it pop. So, dual mags is a great attachment in this game, and a lot of people don't use it. If you don't know, dual mags basically acts like bandolier from COD 4 and 5. Gives you extra ammo when, for spare. And you also get a faster reload every... Oh, and I gotta word this right. Alright, so first reload is a faster reload. Then it's a normal reload, then it's another fast reload, so every other one is like a sleight of hand reload, if you guys understand what I'm saying here. And oh, right there, see, I took that guy out with 6 shots, so that just shows the strength of that gun. That was a random point, but it was a nice point to make. Dual mags pretty much acts like sleight of hand, so you could free up that second perk from sleight of hand if you use the dual mags. I really like that. That gives a thumbs up. So we've talked about the primary weapon a little bit. Let's go into the perks. Flat Jacket, Warlord, and Marathon. Warlord we already know. Just to get the dual attachments going. I want to have a better sight on this gun. Even though the iron sights aren't that bad, I would prefer to have a more accurate sight than the iron sights. And then also, of course, dual mags. I want to have that bandolier without having scavenger on. Free up that first perk. So that's why I'm running the Warlord dual mag setup. And Marathon. Why am I running Marathon? Well, for those of you who haven't been running Marathon and don't know the challenges for it, to get Marathon Pro, you need to get first blood kills. And I find that with Marathon, you constantly like try running up to where people, usually have the first confrontation, and you just spam grenades. Everyone freaking just spams grenades, hoping to get that first blood kill. Wow, that was a terrible crack. I know I'm going to get some crap about that, but anyway. I constantly just grenade spam everywhere in this game. Doesn't matter where you are or what time of the match it is. There's just constant grenades going off. But you find the most grenade spam at the beginning for that first blood, for, you know, the Marathon Pro trying to get people. I don't know how you would word that. So that's why I run the Marathon Flat Jacket, because I run up there, throw a Semtex, but then if someone throws one back, the Flat Jacket will keep me alive, so hopefully I'll get the first blood instead of him. So that is a great combination. And if you have Warlord Pro, you already get 2 Semtex grenades and 3 flashes. So that also is a big bonus for the whole Marathon First Blood kills. And also, when you rush out there for the first blood and there's, you know, Semtex is going off, it also gets a Flat Jacket Pro kills. Or not kills, the, what is it? Surviving grenade challenges. So that's another bonus. And also, if you happen to get a double kill with the Semtex, that also gives you your Warlord Pro challenge. Excuse me, so this perk combination pretty much, you know, gets a whole lot of these pro perk challenges done. If you can either get some random chance going, or, you know the routes and know where people cluster up. God, I can't breathe. So that's why I run these perks. This is mostly like a challenge completing sort of a setup, to be honest with you, but also it's a nice rushing class because you can use that Marathon to go around the map, but also have that security that you have the extra mags from dual mags, and also have the protection from explosives with a Flat Jacket, because no one likes to be killed by grenades or by random noob tubes or whatever. So Flat Jacket is a thumbs up on my books. Now let's also talk about the pistol, the M1911. I think that the M19 is actually the best pistol. I don't know what it is about it. It's like, it has got great... Hold on, I gotta think about this again. Decent damage. I think it kills people in less bullets than the Makarov or the Python. And also has a faster reload. So, the only thing I feel about it, like, is bad is the iron sights. That's why I slap on the upgraded iron sights, just to help that out. Other than that, I think that the M19 is probably the best way to go. If you guys have a different preference on your pistols, go right ahead and use those. And that's actually one of the things that I wanted to talk about quickly. Using your own setups. I feel like all the well-known commentators find setups that are just rapage, put them on YouTube, and everyone's like, okay, I have to use that setup because, you know, Blame Truth is using that setup, so it has to be a great setup, so I have to use that, and I'll be successful. And that's the reason why people use the constant setups that you always find. People find a setup that works, and people just copy it, and will just use it constantly, and that's why you see so many setups that are, you know, constantly reused, and it's like, oh my god, you please use something else, sweet Jesus. You know, that's what happened with Modern Warfare 2 and One Man Army tubing. Everyone saw how effective it was. Cheap, yes. Effective, totally. You got so many kills using that setup, but it was so cheap. So when people see a successful setup being used, either on YouTube or in the lobby, someone keeps killing them with the same setup, it's like, let's try that as a setup. That looks pretty damn good. So, guys, be creative. This game, the one thing I do like about this game is it offers up so many different combinations. Dual mags, I think, is probably the greatest attachment because it really frees you up on 2 perks. The perk 1, you don't need Scavenger, and perk 2, you don't need Sleight of Hand. So I would definitely suggest using a dual mags combination, either with Warlord or with Steady Aim or with something else. It's a really good attachment, and I would highly suggest you at least use that. But other than that, be creative with your setups. I have a couple more videos coming out with some different setups and some other setups I reuse. So be creative, be yourself, and please don't just, you know, use a setup because freaking Wings of Redemption is using it, or, you know, Hutch is using it, or Cnanners, or whatever. Use what works for you. What works for them doesn't necessarily, you know, works for you. So that's my final thoughts. That's my setup. If you guys like it, try it out. You know, be creative with your own different weapon combinations and whatnot. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you later on a different video. Yeah, see you later.